Okay, that concludes the Gelbvieh division of the fraternity, and we are now ready for your balancer division. We have 3 entries in the balancer division. Entry number 1, Wham Miss Flair, born September 4th of 2021. Entry number 2 goes to PMFG JC193J, date of birth January 26th of 2021. And the third in your balancer division goes to entry 3 CCRK Vicky 0178, which date of birth is November 28th of 2020. Again, we have 3 entries in your balancer division. At this time, I'd like to go over the fraternity voting and scoring. Each fraternity member is entitled to cast only 1 ballot in the divisions they are participating in. Ballots are issued only to paid members for the respective divisions, and voting can only be done by the designated members' representative. Only those members' representatives can present will be allowed to vote. The membership representative must be designated prior to the day of the fraternity is held. Ballots will be given to members when they enter the judging arena. Each ballot must contain votes for all 3 placings, and a different heifer must be selected for each of the 3 placings. The Gelbvieh division and balancer division will be voted on separately by members who have paid to participate in their respective division. Each will be announced prior to the fraternity which division will show first, followed by the remaining division. Scoring of these 3 places per ballot will be as followed. First, 30 points. Second, 20 points. And third, 10 points. Again, we are working on your Gelbvieh division of the fraternity show. Excuse me, we are working on your balancer division of the fraternity. Again, now in the ring is your balancer division. With entry number 1, Wham Miss Flair, date of birth September 4th of 2021. And entry number 2 is PMFG JC 193, date of birth January 26th of 2021. And entry number 3 is GCRK Vicky 0178H, date of birth November 28th of 2020. Again, we are working on your balancer division in this year's fraternity show. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes your 2022 Breeders' Choice Heifer Fraternity here in Broadbent Arena. We are now ready to start your Gelbvieh Female Class 1. Again, we are now ready for Class 1 of your Gelbvieh Females. These heifers are born from January 1st, 2022 to February 28th of 2022. I would like to take this time and introduce your judge here in the Gelbvieh Female Show, Mr. Jack Ward from Plattsburgh, Missouri. Mr. Ward is the Executive Vice President of the American Hereford Association, and him and his family own and operate Ward Brothers Livestock. Could you please join me in giving Mr. Jack Ward a round of applause for evaluating your females this afternoon?
Okay, test. Okay, here we go. All right, well, good afternoon to all the Gelbvieh breeders. I know it's been kind of a long day, and we'll move along, but certainly appreciate the opportunity to be here to kind of go through your cattle. And you challenged us right away with our first class of heifer calves. We've got quite a bit of variation in all three of them. I've elected to land on the one that I think is the broodiest and deepest and most massive, really good in terms of her rib cage. I like that broody look that she has at this stage of her life. She's good down her top line through her hip. She gets out and goes really very nicely. Obviously, we could extend her a little bit up front as you compare to the next two, maybe not quite as refined through her neck and her shoulder as the next two heifers, but quite a bit more just broodiness and volume to her at this stage of her life. The red heifer's got a nice turn to her top, very muscular, very expressive in her muscle, and again, good down her top line, pretty sound in the way that she moves. Need to stouten her bone work up just a notch and give her just a bit more rib as you compare to the heifer that wins the class. Heifer in thirds, extended, long-bodied, again, very smooth through her shoulder. Need to change her just a little bit through her hip and her rump. I'd like to add just a notch more depth of rib and volume for the amount of frame that she's got. Three good females, certainly a challenge in that particular class. Thank you.
And placings in Class 1 and Automatic Division 1 Champion Junior Heifer Calf goes to entry number 2, CCRC 58K, Miss CCRC Caroline Justice 586K, exhibited by Cave Creek Cattle, Charlotte, Tennessee. And second place and your reserve champion junior heifer calf goes to entry number 1, as Skaggs Creek K226, exhibited by Callie DeRosset from Sulphur, Kentucky. And in third place goes to entry number 4, Butler's Miss Kendall 91K, exhibited by Butler Creek Farms, Milton, Tennessee. Now in the ring is Class 3 senior heifer calf.
Real nice single entry here is a December heifer that has a lot of look and presence and balance to her. She's deep-sided and again got some broodiness to her. Handles herself, collects herself very, very nicely out on the walk. Just a very high quality single entry here in our Gelbvieh show.
And first place in class number 3 goes to entry number 3, 1224J, exhibited by Molly Anderson from Marion, North Carolina. Congratulations. Now in the ring is Class 4 senior heifer calves. These heifer calves were born September 1st through October 31st of 2021.
Really nice pair of September heifers, and we'll leave them as they came in. This is just really a very striking heifer that wins the class. Beautifully balanced, perfect in her condition, in my opinion. At this stage of her life, got a good turn to her top, and so added muscle, added dimension, and yet has it in a real feminine kind of a package. I think a nice place to land. Good quality heifer here in second as well. She's got some balance, length of body's nice. She doesn't have quite the presence, the overall pizzazz and eye appeal of our class winner, but fundamentally got some nice pieces in terms of some natural thickness, some depth of body and volume to her as well. Good pair of heifers, very high quality one that won the class. Thank you.
And placings for class number 4 are as followed. First place goes to entry number 8, Butler's Miss Jalen J534, exhibited by Aiden Rabb from Markle, Indiana. And second place in that class goes to entry number 10, Sarah 121J, exhibited by McIntosh Brothers from Georgetown, Kentucky. Now in the ring will be the selection of your champion senior heifer calf.
Here as we make a selection in our fall division, got a good pair of class winners, very nice respective second that stands behind them. These two heifers kind of resemble one another in terms of their balance, their lines. They've got some rib and volume. I think we've got one that's just a little more elite in terms of her look and her presence and her kind to be your champion. But we'll make our champion reserve selection from this pair of class winners. The older heifer will be your champion. The red heifer will be reserved. Let's give them all a very, very nice round of applause. Thank you.
And your champion senior heifer calf goes to entry number 8, Butler's Miss Jalen J534, exhibited by Aiden Rabb from Markle, Indiana. Your reserved senior heifer calf champion goes to entry number 3, 1224J, exhibited by Molly Anderson from Marion, North Carolina. Congratulations. Now entering the ring will be class 6.
Well, we have just a single entry here in this summer-born class. It's a May heifer, and again, one with just a tremendous amount of quality and look and presence to her. Her lines are spot-on nice, dead level down her top line. She kind of blends her body parts together very, very nicely. You like to see her just a little more aggressive out on the walk, but there's nothing fundamentally wrong with that one. Structurally, a good single entry here, a lot of quality in this May heifer. Thank you.
And in first place in class number 6 goes to entry number 11, Jasmine 165J, exhibited by Alexandra Rabb from Markle, Indiana. Congratulations. Entry number 11 will be automatic champion intermediate heifer. Entry number 11, again, is your automatic champion intermediate heifer. We are now ready for class number 8, junior heifers born January 1st through April 30th of 2021.
really another very good single entry, and this one just has a tremendous amount of rib and volume and mass. She's again very strong down her top line, set nicely from hooks to pins. I might like to strengthen her bone up just a little bit and give her a little more balanced look in relation to her body mass, just stouten her up a little bit from that regard. But good female, very nice single entry again. Thank you.
And first place in class number 8 in automatic champion junior heifer calf goes to entry number 12, Jasmine 104J, exhibited by Clayton Wyatt Jones of Glasgow, Kentucky. Now entering the ring is class 10 senior heifer calves born September 1st of 2020 to December 31st of 2020.
Another good single entry, and this one's a coming 2-year-old, gonna calve right after the first of the year, and you kind of gotta like the way she's developing her body and setting it out or underneath her. She gets out and moves well. Appreciate that about her. I might like to give her just a notch more muscle when I get right behind her and study her. She's a little flat right through her hip and her quarter there, but a good female. The fundamentals are so nice. The rib cage, the udder development underneath her. I think a very, very nice single entry again here in our Gelbvieh show. Thank you.
And first place in class 10 in automatic champion senior heifer goes to entry number 14 at 0193H, exhibited by Molly Anderson of Marion, North Carolina. Congratulations. We are now ready for the selection of your grand champion Gelbvieh female. Again, we are now ready for your selection of your grand champion Gelbvieh female.
As we begin to finish up here in our Gelbvieh Heifer Show, we've got a nice set, a lot of single, double entries in our classes, and so not a lot of numbers, but these folks brought you a wonderful set of heifers and a good representation of the breed. I'll run through them real quick just because we had so few in class numbers that I think it's nice to know the differences here in the championship lineup. We started out with this heifer calf up front to my right, and she won that class because of her extra rib and volume and mass, and was our division champion because of that. She beat a couple of heifers that honestly were a little trimmer made up to the front end, a little sleeker shouldered, neater to look at, but she's the broody one, and I was a little more confident in her just in terms of her capacity and rib and mass at this stage of her life. Then we come into this fall heifer calf that's really striking to look at. She's beautiful up to her shoulder and her neck and her front end. Her bone structure is extremely good, and it matches her muscle dimension and the turn to her top really, really well. If I were to change her slightly, I'd fix her up just a little from hooks to pins, and then at times when you watch her walk from behind, she'll get outside of herself just slightly. But that's an extremely high-quality female that's beautiful in her condition. We talked about that in that class, and she beat a really nice red heifer in that division just because of her extra look and presence just to a little higher degree than what that red heifer was that was behind her. This May heifer is a single entry, and this one's really spot on in terms of length of body. Beautiful down her top line. I love the set from hooks to pins that she has. We talked about her needing to be just a notch more aggressive out on the walk, but if you study her structure, the slope is just really, really good on both ends, and she really handles herself and sets her feet very squarely on each end of her body when you watch her walk. High quality one. She's not as neat up through her neck and her front end is that fall heifer we've got standing right ahead of her, but that one's dead on good in terms of length and squareness of rump and just her overall structure. I like a great deal. Then this older yearling heifer, again a single entry that we appreciated for her rib and her volume. Again, strong top, level hipped, as I mentioned in that class. And then the division is that for the amount of body she's got, she needs a little more bone just to match it and keep her together in terms of body balance throughout. But very high quality one there with a tremendous amount of rib and volume. Then our bred heifer here at the end, again very long and trim. She's really deep bodied. Love the udder that she's starting to put up underneath her. Probably can't match a couple of these ahead of her just in terms of muscling and substance, but nonetheless fundamentally a very nice female. Really nice group. Again, numbers weren't good. Kind of got turned around a little bit on our timing today, but I appreciate all of you that have come to watch the show. I'd ask that you give the exhibitors here a very nice round of applause, and we'll get you a champion reserve. Thank you.
And your grand champion Gelbvieh female goes to entry number 11, Jasmine 165J, exhibited by Alexandra Rab from Markle, Indiana. Congratulations. And your reserve grand champion Gelbvieh female goes to entry number 8, Butler's Miss Jalen J534, exhibited by Aiden Rab from Markle, Indiana. Congratulations. Please note we will be taking pictures at the end of the show. Again, we will be taking pictures at the conclusion of your balancer show. We are ready for Class 1 of your balancer female show. Again, we are ready for Class 1 spring heifers born from March 1st to June 30th of 2022.
Really a nice single entry here as we get started into our balancer show. Heifer that's got some balance and quality to her. Lines are sharp and nice, and enough depth of rib and volume for the amount of frame and maturity she's got. Very nice single entry to get us started. Thank you.
And first place in class number 1 goes to entry number 3, AVA Grace, exhibited by McIntosh Brothers of Georgetown, Kentucky. That will also be your automatic champion spring heifer calf. Congratulations. Now entering the ring will be class 3 junior heifer calves born from January 1st through February 28th of 2022.
Another very, very nice single entry, and this one is just kind of oozes with quality. I mean, she's beautiful in her lines and presented very, very nicely. Tremendous amount of rib and volume, and very neat through her shoulder and her front end, and yet has some width underneath into her chest and underneath into her bottom side. But really a good female. I think a very nice single entry, very well presented. My congratulations to the young man. Thank you.
And first place in class number 3 goes to entry number 6, Hazy's Karen 22K, exhibited by Louisa Scott from Gordon, Nebraska. Congratulations. Entry number 6 will always automatically be your champion junior heifer calf. Congratulations. Now entering the ring will be class 5 senior heifer calves born from November 1st to December 31st of 2021. Now entering the ring will be Class 5 of your senior heifer calf division, born November 1st to December 31st of 2021.
Well, we really got a nice pair of heifers here again, and our balancers showing that this one is really an impressive female from just about every angle you look at her in terms of length of body, depth of rib. Her composition is nice. She really has a beautiful neck attachment and a lot of balance and quality to her from the side. Then you get behind her, and she's got a great shape to her top. Really, really thick, and just a very nice kind of a female. Obviously, she's a little ornery and a little stubborn, but I think her structure is good. She gets out and goes well, and her feet all go in the right direction. Another very attractive one here in second. Knee through her shoulder, got some length of body. Her composition is good again. She's a heifer that doesn't have quite the strength in her bone work. She doesn't have the muscle shape from behind as the heifer that we started the class with, but a very, very high quality, attractive heifer in second as well. Thank you.
And placings in class number 5 are as followed. First place goes to entry number 4, J. Neal, exhibited by Alexandra Rabb from Markle, Indiana. And second place in class 5 goes to entry number 8, 1208J, exhibited by Molly Anderson of Marion, North Carolina. Congratulations. Now entering the ring will be class 6, your senior heifer calf division, born September 1st to October 31st of 2021.
All right, just a nice set of September heifers here in this class. Honestly, maybe as tough a placing as we've had out here yet this evening, and we've got a bit of give and take here on the top end. I'm more comfortable structurally with our heifer that wins the class. I think she gets out and goes off her hind leg more correctly, and you couple that with the fact that she's longer bodied. She's got a little more depth of side to her, and then as we get her put together, she's good enough in terms of her body balance. She's not as stout in her bone work, not as long up to her front end and extended about her neck as the heifer we've got in two, but I just think there's more broodiness, more longevity built into her just from a structure standpoint as you compare to the young man's heifer in second. Heifer in second is more attractive when they're standing. Really good down her top line, beautiful through her hip and the way she's designed. She's just a notch too stiff from behind, and then again just gets a bit more tucked in her rear flank and lacks just the overall broodiness that we've got in that class winner. The red heifer's extended, big and long bodied. You like that about her. For me, in relation to her frame, we got to have just a notch more depth to her, maybe balance her up a bit better off to the side. Nice trio, certainly very close there at the top end. Thank you.
And placings on Class 6 are as followed. First place goes to entry number 11, Jill 166J, exhibited by Pleasant Meadow Farm from Glasgow, Kentucky. Second place goes to entry number 13, Miss Flair, exhibited by Jordan McIntosh of Georgetown, Kentucky. And in third place in Class 6 goes to entry number 10, SVFG Jolene 0J3, exhibited by Laney Elizabeth Gribbins from Lebanon, Kentucky. Congratulations. We will now be selecting your Division III champion senior heifer calf.
All right, we'll have a division run here for our fall division, and four nice heifers. And I think these two that came out of the first class are actually paired up right here in the middle. They were late November, 1st December's in that class, and they both had a tremendous amount of quality and look and balance to them. We just had more thickness and overall substance to the young lady's heifer that won the class. And then that close decision in Class 2 where I've elected to go with the one with a bit more broodiness and volume, and honestly she excels in that area right now as well in this particular division. She doesn't have quite the balance, doesn't keep her top line together and have quite the pizzazz and style of those two younger heifers, but really appreciate the tremendous volume she's got. Nice lineup. My congratulations to them. We'll keep the pair out of that first class together for Champion Reserve. Congratulations.
And your champion senior heifer calf goes to entry number 4, J. Neal, exhibited by Alexandria Rab from Markle, Indiana. Congratulations. And your reserve champion senior heifer calf goes to entry number 8, 1208J, exhibited by Molly Anderson of Marion, North Carolina. Now entering the ring will be Class 8 Intermediate Heifer Division, born May 1st to August 31st of 2021.
Well, here in our summer division, our summer class, we've got a pair of May heifers, and we've got a really nice made one to win. Good top line, beautifully constructed, right behind her shoulder. She's bold and sprung nice and very uniform in her thickness as she comes out of her shoulder through her forerib and back through her hip and her rump. Very good in terms of her feet and leg structure, and she's especially stronger in the way that she moves off her hind leg as you compare to the heifer in second. Now, I'll be honest with you, she's plenty big for me. I'd like to tone her down a little bit, kind of refine her head and her front end for a May heifer, but nonetheless, you can't take away what she offers in terms of just fundamental structure and kind and type. The heifer in second is better in that regard. She's more refined through her neck. She's carved a little cleaner over the top of her crest, and when she's standing still right here, she gives you a nice pose. She gets just a little uncoordinated when she moves off her hind leg. I'd like to change her out over her tail head, kind of elevate her pin bones slightly, but a good heifer, nice pair, a really nice structured one that won the class. Thank you.
And first place in Class 8 and your champion intermediate heifer goes to entry number 15, GF Lexi's Jewel, exhibited by Hannah Wooten from Star, South Carolina. And second place in Class 8 and your reserve intermediate heifer calf champion goes to entry number 14, Countless Princess J10J1, exhibited by Colton David Cox from Spruce Pine at North Carolina. Now entering the ring is Class 10 junior heifers born March 1st through March 30th. Please note after Division 5 there is an added class, Class 13. Again, there is an added class after Division 5 champion.
Really a nice class again here. Three good balancer females, and I think again we've got a heifer that wins. It just does so because of her structure up front. She's a heifer that's long-bodied and got a nice shape right in behind her shoulder, sprung good through her rib cage, got a nice turn to her top, a tremendous amount of muscle expression. out through her hip and her rump, and to have that kind of muscling, she just gets out and goes well. Her feet and legs are nice. She sets her hind leg down a little square at her hock, and when you watch her from behind, and I like that about her. Now, I had a couple things I'd change a little bit to kind of tuck her up in her chest to balance her body up a little bit, and then I'd like to refine, or not necessarily refine, but just shorten her teats ever so slightly there. But that's a good female that's really, really sound and certainly got some thickness and muscling to her. Standing still from right here, you could kind of get this heifer to win the class. It's in second. She's long, she's deep, beautiful up through her front end, extended very nicely. She is a little trimmer through her chest and chest floor. When you get in behind her and watch her walk, she's a notch too unstable off her hind leg. She wants to come apart just a bit right underneath, or right behind her shoulder. When you get underneath that hair coat, doesn't hold herself together quite as well as a heifer that wins the class. Another straight line, strong topped one here in third, beautifully conditioned female. She doesn't have quite the rib capacity and volume of the two heifers we got right ahead of her. Thank you.
And first place in class number 10 goes to entry number 18, Ellie Zent 1155J, exhibited by Kyson Thiel from Caw City, Oklahoma. And second place goes to entry number 16, GF Julie, exhibited by Hannah Wooten from Star, South Carolina. And in third place goes to entry number 17, exhibited by Miss Maddie 121J, exhibited by Callie DeRosset from Sulphur, Kentucky. Now entering the ring will be class 11.
Nice single entry here, an older female January heifer that's got beautiful length of body to her, really nice to her shoulder, extended up into her front end and very strong down her top line. Might like to kind of redesign her front shoulder just a little bit. She's a nickel up on her toes, and so we'd like to slope it somewhat different to give her a little more flex up there. Maybe for the amount of frame she's got, she could use just a bit more body capacity, but a really good female condition-wise. Heifer's got some length and quality to her. Thank you.
And in first place in class number 11 goes entry number 20, JC193J, exhibited by Pleasant Meadows Farm from Glasgow, Kentucky. We will now be selecting your champion junior heifer.
Really nice division run here. We have these pair of heifers we just talked about in that first class, and had one that was incredibly sound and got out and went very, very well, that had some length of body and a good muscle shape to her. The second behind her, we love her when she's standing still with the rib and the volume. Really one that's got some length up in her front end. The January heifer comes back out here, and again, we stated nice length of body. Composition in this one is really, really nice. Just a nickel straight in her front shoulder. Perhaps needs to have a little more body capacity in relation to her frame. Nice set of heifers. I'll use the pair out of the first class to be your champion and reserve. My compliments to them. Thank you.
And your champion junior heifer goes to entry number 18, Ellie Zent 115J, exhibited by Kyson Thiel from Cal City, Oklahoma. And your reserve champion junior heifer goes to 15. Excuse me, entry number 18, Ellie Zent. No, that would be 15. And your reserve champion junior heifer calf goes to entry number 16, GF Julie, exhibited by Hannah Wooten from Star, South Carolina. Congratulations.
Another very nice single entry here in our senior coming 2-year-old. This one's, again, just made well and got some muscle in her. Again, going to calve here right after the first of the year. You can see an udder dropping in her. Belly looks good. I think going to be a nice kind of a low maintenance type female with a lot of quality to her. Congratulations. Very nice single entry. Thank you.
And first place in Class 13 and automatic division winner goes to entry number 21, GCRK Vicky 0178, exhibited by Molly Anderson of Martin, North Carolina. Congratulations. And now we are ready to select your grand champion balancer female. Again, we are ready to select your grand champion balancer female. And we do have the results for the Breeders' Choice Heifer Fraternity. Again, we do have the results for your fraternity show. And your champion balancer female in the balancer division goes to entry number 1, WAM Miss Flair, date of birth 9/4/21. Again, your champion was entry number 1, Wham Miss Flair, exhibited by Jordan McIntosh. Congratulations. Your runner-up in your balancer division was entry number 2, PMFG JC193J, exhibited by Pleasant Meadow Farms. And also your runner-up in your balancer division in no particular order, third place, GCRK Vicky 017H, exhibited by Locust Hill Farms. Congratulations to your balancer division in your 2022 Breeders' Choice Heifer Fraternity Show. And your champion in your Gelbvieh division of your fraternity show goes to entry number 3, Wham Sarah 121J, date of birth September 1, 2021, exhibited by McIntosh Brothers. Congratulations. Your runner-up Gelbviehs are entry number 2, CCRC Caroline Justice, exhibited by Cave Creek Cattle. And also runner-up is entry number 4, LHC 0193H, exhibited by Locust Hill Farms. Could you please join me in giving those breeder fraternity exhibitors a round of applause? And I'd like to take this time to reintroduce your judge for today's Gelbvieh and Balancer show, Mr. Jack Ward from Plattsburgh, Missouri. He is Executive Vice President of the American Heifer Association, and he and his family own and operate Ward Brothers Livestock. Could you please join me in giving Mr. Jack Ward a round of applause?
as we get ready to finish up here in our Balancer female show, just really very, very impressed. Nice lineup. Again, not a ton of numbers, but certainly not lacking in terms of quality. And frankly, I could make a very justifiable case for 2 or 3 or 4 of these heifers to be your champion reserve and do it with a lot of confidence, frankly, because they're good cattle. The heifer that came out of that first division started us out right. Her lines were good and had some depth of rib and volume to her and mass. As you get her out here in this championship lineup, she's not as long-bodied, isn't quite as smooth right through her shoulder, perhaps, as some that we've got behind her, but she set a nice standard for us to get kicked off there right off in this particular show. Young man's heifer, another single entry out of Division 2, and there's nothing out here that even compares to this one when you're standing right here in terms of her pose, her balance, her quality. Length of body is excellent, top line is good, beautiful through her neck and her front end. As you compare her to some of the older heifers in relation to her body, she doesn't have maybe quite the bone to her as some, but I think everything reads very, very maternal on that one. She gets out and goes pretty well. Her feet kind of go in the right direction. She can get outside herself slightly behind, but nothing real extravagant there or really tough to be too critical of. That's just a very, very high quality single entry in that particular division. Had a nice one out of Division 3, and the longer she's out here, she cooperates a little bit better getting around the ring, and as we said in that division, she won because she had a tremendous amount of quality to the side and then a tremendous amount of thickness as you got in behind her. You bring her in this lineup, she's a nickel straight up front, maybe need to drop just a touch of flank in her for what she has in through her forerib to balance her out just ever so slightly, but I can consider her and call her a logical place to be your champion if I needed to, just because of the substance and the bone, the length of body, and the presence that she had. Now, the heifer that won that summer division's the most powerful one, just big-bodied, massive, and got a tremendous amount of dimension. And she won that division because she was sounder than a little more moderate-framed one that we had in second or reserve behind her. She's still very, very sound. As I said in that division, I might like to tone her down just a little bit through her crest, about her head, make her a touch more refined from that regard. But we need to consider her to be your champion because of that tremendous volume, the length, and to have that kind of body volume and mass and to stay that sound is very, very unique. Then our older yearling female, again, one that came in and kind of caught my attention in terms of structure. Very, very good out on the move. Tremendous length of body. Big top, big-ended female. I like that about her. Good shape of muscle in her. We picked on her a little bit through her chest. She's long-necked, long-fronted, long-bodied, but her chest does come down a little bit and maybe like to shorten her teats up somewhat. But that's a good one, and she won again because she was just sounder than the very attractive heifer that stood reserved behind her when she was standing still. Then our older coming to, again, appreciate moderate, going to be easy keeping, coming into production very, very quickly, and I like that. Probably need to stouten her bone work up just a bit. I'd like to pull her front toes around a little square in front of her as well. This is really a nice lineup, and I'm very honest when I tell you I could pick 3 or 4 of these to be your champion reserve. Let's please give them a good round of applause, and I'll get you the ones that satisfy me. Thank you.
And your grand champion balancer female goes to entry number 6, Hazy's Karen, a 22K, exhibited by Louisa Peyton Scott from Gordon, Nebraska. Congratulations. And your reserve grand champion balancer female goes to entry number 15, GF Lexi's Jewel, exhibited by Hannah Wooten from Star, South Carolina. Congratulations. Correction. Your reserve grand champion goes to entry number 18, Ellie Zent 11-5J exhibited by Kyson Thiel from Cal City, Oklahoma. Congratulations. We will now be moving on to your Gelbvieh Bull Show. We will now be moving on to your Gelbvieh Bull Show with class number 1, Senior Bull Calf. Again, we will be taking pictures at the conclusion of your bull show. We will be taking pictures for all champions at the conclusion of your Gelbvieh and Bouncer Bull Show.
Well, as we start into our bull division, we've got just a single entry fall Gelbvieh bull, and this is really a good bull. Long-bodied, he's very muscular, good testicles, his feet and legs are good up underneath him. I think just really a very, very nice single entry here to get our Gelbvieh Bull Show started. Thank you.
And first place in class number 1 goes to entry number 17, a Fireball, exhibited by Locust Hill Farms from Ruffin, North Carolina. Now entering the ring will be class 2, Senior Bull Calves.
Really another very top-end single entry here in our Gelbvieh show. This bull, just kind of like our last one, has a great deal of muscle and shape to him. He's beautiful in the set of his rib cage and very neat to his shoulder and got a great deal of look and balance to him. Very, very high-quality bull. Really a nice individual. And again, we'll bring him back here together. But this is really a very nice single entry bull here in our Gelbvieh division. Thank you.
There was a correction on your last class. Class 1 was a scratch. So class 2 was first place, goes to entry number 18, PMFG, Triple Crown, 14-6J, exhibited by Pleasant Meadow Farms from Glasgow, Kentucky. And that will automatically be your champion senior bull calf. And now exiting the ring was class 4, first place, goes entry number 21, Snow Over Golden Gus, exhibited by Columbia Springs LLC from Columbia, Tennessee. Congratulations. Now in the ring is class 5.
Well, we got just another single entry here in our Gelbvieh division, and they just kind of keep coming. This guy's really, really good. Again, I like his structure and his type very well. He's a bull that's got some rib and mass to him, yet nothing wasteful. Tremendous length for the amount of altitude that he's got. He keeps his feet and legs up underneath him very, very well. Testicle size and shape is good. Again, just an incredibly nice single entry here in our Gelbvieh division. Thank you.
And first place in class number 5 goes to entry number 22, Butler's General Lee at J207, exhibited by Butler Creek Farms from Milton, Tennessee. Now we will be ready to select your Division II Champion Junior Bull Calf.
Well, as we pick a division champion here, we had these two single class winners, and we just talked about them. They're incredibly good-looking bulls. I mean, they're right on in terms of conditioning. They're right on in terms of having some muscling to them. They got nice testicle size and shape. Their length of body is really, really good. I think we've got one, in my opinion, that's just a little stouter in terms of his structure and gets out and moves a bit better, especially as you get right in behind him and watch him walk. But these are two very high-end, high-quality bulls. I hope you enjoy them and certainly appreciate them for what they are, because they're good cattle. And the champion will be the bull out of Class 2. The reserve will be the bull out of Class 1. Congratulations to both.
And champion junior bull goes to entry number 22, Butler's General Lee, J207, exhibited by Butler Creek Farms from Melton, Tennessee. And your reserve champion junior bull goes to entry number 21, Snow over Golden Gus, exhibited by Columbia Springs LLC, Columbia, Tennessee. Congratulations to all. Now entering the ring is Class 7 Senior Bull Division.
Again, just a single entry, and this bull has to appeal to you just in terms of muscle, sheer muscle. He's tremendously thick and masculine and big up over his top, very expressive out to his hip and his quarter. And for that kind of muscling, he actually gets out and goes pretty well, in my opinion. He's a nickel straight on his hind leg, but I don't think there's anything there that's going to be too harsh on him from longevity standpoint. That's a very nice single entry bull again in our Gelbvieh division. Thank you.
And first place in Class 7 and automatic champion senior bull goes to entry number 23, Ben, exhibited by Spring Valley Farms from Lebanon, Kentucky. And we will now be ready to select your grand champion, Gelbvieh bull.
Well, certainly not tons of Gelbvieh bulls, but they really brought you a nice set of them. And it's very kind of refreshing to see bulls that really have muscle in them. They look like bulls. They're masculine and strong, and testicular development is good. Feet and legs seem to be very, very solid throughout. The only decision we had was in this pair of red bulls, and to me, our champion just had a touch more bone, and I really do like him when he gets out on the walk. He's just very aggressive and athletic. I like that about him. The October bull started us out strong with a great deal of muscle and length of body to him. Our older bull, we just talked about, that dude just oozes of muscle and dimension up over his top and through his hip and his rump. So they did a nice job bringing you a good representation of quality Gelbvieh bulls. I'd ask that you give them a very nice round of applause, and I'll get you a champion reserve. Thank you.
And your grand champion Gelbvieh bull goes to entry number 22, Butler's General Lee, J207, exhibited by Butler Creek Farms from Melton, Tennessee. And your reserve grand champion Gelbvieh bull goes to entry number 21, Snow over Golden Gus, exhibited by Columbia Springs LLC from Columbia, Tennessee. Congratulations to Gelbvieh bull exhibitors. We are now ready to start your Balancer Bull Show here in Broadbent Arena. We do need that Class 1 Junior Bull Calf division in the ring.
Well, as we get started into the balancer division of our bull show, we get it kicked off again very well. This is a young calf, February bull that's got nice growth per day of age. His rib cage is nice. Feet and legs are good. He's got some muscle, and yet he's smooth. I think a very, very nice way to get our show started with a single entry here in our February class. Thank you.
And first place in Class 1 and automatic champion junior bull calf goes to entry number 23, Big Iron, exhibited by McIntosh Brothers from Georgetown, Kentucky. Congratulations. We're now ready for Class 3.
Got a very nice single entry again. This is a November bull, and again, hate to sound a little bit like a broken record, but these are good cattle. This one's long and he's correct. He's an attractive bull and yet has some strength to him. Looks like a bull up through his front end and nice testicle development. Very, very nice single entry. My congratulations to you, high quality bull here in our balancer show.
And first place in Class 3 and automatic champion senior bull calf goes to entry number 24, Johnny, 91J, exhibited by Alexandra Rabb from Markle, Indiana. Congratulations. Now entering the ring will be Class 5 of your intermediate bull division.
All right, they just kind of keep coming here one at a time, and this is another good one. Very, very sound, long-bodied bull that's very smooth in his makeup. Again, testicles are good here, enough masculinity to him. I might like to strengthen his bone up just a little bit compared to some that we've had out here, but that's a very, very high-end kind of a single entry here again in our balancer show. Thank you.
In first place in class number 5, an automatic champion intermediate bull goes to entry number 25, Snow Creek Tex Ritter J012A, exhibited by Kittle Farms LLC from Leardale, Alabama. Congratulations.
Another good single entry. This is a December coming too, and again, this one's got a lot of quality to him, rib and vime and mass. He's a very clean underline bull. He's got some shape to his top. Again, good testicle development on this guy, and again, might give him just a smidgen more bone for the amount of body he's got, but an awfully good kind of a single entry here in our balancer show.
And first place in class number 7 in automatic champion senior bull goes to entry number 26, Ricky Bobby, exhibited by Locust Hill Farms, Ruffin, North Carolina. We're now ready to select your grand champion balancer bull.
Well, as we finish up here this evening, I really want to compliment the Gelbvieh exhibitors, and really very much so, for not only bringing good cattle, but be very, very patient here to get your show through at the North American. Whatever you do, remember this is the North American. The International, it doesn't matter when we completed our show or started it today. The prestige and the honor of doing and competing here at this level doesn't change. And I compliment all of you for being patient and getting the cattle out here and honestly presenting them very, very well. We had an incredibly good female show before these bulls hit the ring, but I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm very impressed with the bull show. We've got some elite cattle in both the Gelbvieh and the Balancer show, and my compliments to them. I know it's getting a little later in the day, and maybe some of you have already done it, but if you haven't, get back and study these cattle, talk to these exhibitors. That's why they bring them to you, is to show them off and promote their programs and show you what they have to offer. So I'd encourage you to get back there and analyze them and look at them, because they're good cattle, and I think you need to take advantage of what you got here in front of you. My compliments, thanks to the North American and to the those of you at the Gelbvieh Association for inviting me to be a part of your show this year. I always enjoy it, always enjoy the honor of judging, and certainly at the North American, it certainly steps it up even a bit more. So my compliments to you. Again, thanks for being patient with everything today. Let's give these exhibitors a great big round of applause, and I'll get you a Champion Reserve Balancer bull. Thank you.
And your grand champion Balancer bull goes entry number 24, Johnny 91J, exhibited by Alexandra Rabb from Markle, Indiana. Congratulations. And your reserve grand champion Balancer bull goes entry number 26, Ricky Bobby, exhibited by Locust Hill Farms of Ruffin, North Carolina. Congratulations. And your Herdsman Award goes to Butler Creek Cattle from Milton, Tennessee. Congratulations. And your premier exhibitor goes to Molly Anderson of Marion, North Carolina. And your premier breeder for today's show goes to Locust Hill from Ruffin, North Carolina. Congratulations to all Gelbvieh and Balancer exhibitors for a successful North American show. We will be back in Broadbent Arena at 1 o'clock tomorrow.